Blighty Boxing, in association with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions. We're joined by the sharpshooter Archie Sharp, looking particularly smooth today, Archie, if I might say so.
Do you know what? You've caught me slipping today, Richard. I've got no look, stay with me, but I'm here.
Nice little ginger beard going on there.
I know, my little mane.
How many days growth is that, or weeks growth is that?
25 years, to be honest with you, to be exact. I've been grinding since I was born.
Anyway, how you been? How's the last few months been for you?
I've been very well, thank you. At first it was a bit frustrating, don't get me wrong, but I've enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Now I've learned to enjoy it, enjoy the downtime with the kids and the family, but it is nice now to get back to a bit of normality and get back in the gym.
I was thinking for you, it's not like you're a young terror anymore. You've got a missus and children and that, so I suppose you've got that focus. Yeah,
I've got the focus, but obviously, of course, I want to be fighting because that's where the money is, so it's a little bit hard, but yeah, the balance has been alright. I'm quite fortunate, I've got good sponsors around me, so yeah, it's been alright. I'm glad to be back and look forward to get back fighting, but I haven't boxed since the 21st of December, if I'm right, so it's been a little while.
You're just thankful that this didn't happen in a few years' time and you would have had to do homeschooling, aren't you?
100%, you know, didn't you? A bit of homeschooling. I'd be flying, wouldn't I?
That would have been educational, wouldn't it?
Very educational, yeah.
Tell me something. I know I've always bang on about this with you, but did your strength of mind and mind training come in handy when you sort of got a bit down during the sort of 3 months of solitary confinement?
Yeah, very handy, really. Me and Linda at the start, we done a few live Instagram posts because I think there was a lot of people out there struggling with what was going on. So yeah, for me and Linda, we've been talking, keeping in touch, and I think having a very strong mind at this sort of time. And the main thing for me was bringing out all the positives of what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Bringing out all the good stuff, like I say, spending time with the family, being able to have a bit of downtime. Because when I'm in camp, it's not going to be like that. So it's back to nutty days.
I'll tell you what was noticeable at the start of lockdown. You had all these sort of inspirational videos on social media from people or families doing their Joe Wicks workout and all that. But after about 3 weeks, it just went and everyone was fed up.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them, yeah, 100%. It was. At first, it was all good, like doing like home workouts, you know what I mean? With the missus, doing like training.
Oh, you did something on the stairs or something?
I did a bit of TikTok. My little daughter, she's got me on the TikTok, so so yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, but yeah, it's faded out a little bit.
What's happening in the boxing world for you, Arch? I mean, we've seen a couple of people mentioning your name. A fellow called Dean Dodge seems to be saying he's been contacted over a fight with you, but nothing else. What do you know?
Yeah, do you know what? Well, if that's the case, there's a few fellas I think who have been out on the social media. So I think there's a line now. Everyone's on to me now, aren't they? So
you've got a target on your back, haven't you?
So yeah, I've got a target on the back now. Everyone's looking for me. So yeah, that's that.
You can't afford to sit around waiting for Herring because you know he's got a fight coming up, and then he's probably fighting Frampton. You obviously need to be fighting. So what's the ideal scenario for you now? Yeah,
so I want to be fighting very soon, hopefully in July. But like I was saying, everyone seems to be out there calling me out. I've got a big target on my back now, and at the end of the day, this is going to come with it with the belt. So for me now, it's about getting the next fight, hopefully, like I say, July, and just keep ticking over and waiting for the big fight, Frampton fight. Because by now we're sitting here, really, I should have had boxed in April. I had a very tough Argentinian fighter coming over, so I'd have boxed him and then moved on to hopefully sitting down talking to the winner of Frampton and Jamel, which was supposed to happen in May. So it's a very frustrating time for me, being so close. But for now, it's about keeping active. Like I say, this Dean Dodge, there's another name, Jeff O'Forey. There's been a few names chucked up in the mix, but MTK is the first MTK I've heard of it, because when I'm asking them, they've not heard of it. So, and to be honest with you, there's been loads of names I could roll a list off, but
it is likely though that given the restrictions, it will have to be a domestic opponent, you'd imagine.
Of course it will be. So for me, obviously, ideally, ideally for me, if I was going to fight any UK fighters, I would want to be fighting the big fights like the Kakachis, the Zelfa Barretts. But we're not there's no crowd. So
You need a crowd for those fights.
for these fights, you need crowd. That's the bottom line of it. Barrett ain't gonna want to come and box me with no one there, and I ain't gonna want to go and box them and Kakachi with no one there. So that ain't gonna happen. And also, I've done a Zoom call at the start with all this with Zelfa, and he can see the path I'm on. I'm going to get the WBO, go and win the WBO, bring it back to the UK, and there's a great domestic fight for a world title fight in the UK. So there's a lot of plans out there. So for me, man, I'm just staying focused. I'm in the gym now. I'm waiting for MTK. I've got a great management team who have just gone and, as we've seen it with the Fury and Joshua, they've gone and made massive history. So yeah, I've got a good team behind me, and I feel very blessed. I'm in a good position at the minute.
Now then, your last fight, like you mentioned, it was back in December. I think you said yourself it might have been a bit harder than you thought it was going to be. You didn't feel, but you were quite in your usual rhythms. How do you look back on it now?
Yeah, I think it was just over.
Busy year as well.
Busy year. Overdone it. I think your body needs a rest, doesn't it? I was defending my belt from, I think it was July. So I boxed Jordan McCorry in July, Declan in September, and then I was again in December. Do you know what I mean? Belt defence. I think my body just took it, and I got ill. And also that opponent there, Ramlaz, was a very tough opponent.
No, was he?
No, that's the thing, and maybe, I don't know, like, took it for granted maybe, do you know what I mean, Latvian, unbeaten Latvian, but I didn't realise the pedigree that he had as an amateur, so it's great learning curve. If I managed to get through them sort of fights only running on 60%, then what can I go and do when I'm running on 100%?
Now I'm going to ask you about a fight now, and you might be surprised when I ask you, but I won't put this video out until it's official, but tell me about a fight between Anthony Kakachi and Leon Woodstock. What do you reckon to that?
I think Kakachi beats Woodstock. Do you know what? See with Kakachi, like I know he's mentioned my name. Like I said, I've got a target. They're all going to mention my name. Do you know what I mean? I'm ranked number 3 in the world. Like, why wouldn't they? But Kakachi's a very good fighter. And like I said, if I'm going to fight Kakachi, it'll be for the right money and for the right rule. I.e., like I don't know, a guaranteed world title shot or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? As long as so he's a great fighter, and I do believe that, yeah, he beats Woodstock. He beats Woodstock. Woodstock's had his day.
It's funny actually, I spoke to Leon Woodstock this morning actually.
Oh, right.
And he actually said, but next time he sees you, he wants to give you a big hug.
That's very nice of him.
He said you changed his life.
I hope I have.
He said he is now a different person to what he was 2 years ago. And that fight literally changed his life, changed his outlook, changed his whole sort of perspective on life. And obviously he's excited to be given this opportunity against Kakachi. I mean, he made the point, he said, I didn't even used to watch boxing. He said, what was I doing? I'm a boxer, I should watch boxing, you know. And
fair play to
his whole outlook changed, and he actually thanks you for it.
No, do you know what? Fair play to Leon. And listen, I've been in this game for a very long time. I had an unbelievable amateur pedigree, as you know. I boxed some great fighters out there. Some of them will be looking at Olympics, like the McCormick brothers. I've beaten some very good fighters. So I've always been humble, and I've always known to respect the fighters. All Woodstock done was just show no respect. It's about teaching me levels. Like, I've been in this game way too long for people to be teaching me levels, you know what I mean? So that's all it was. There wasn't no, listen, if that's what he said, then fair play to the man, do you know what I mean?
Well, he looks back, he said, oh, it was a flash little thing, you know, from Leicester. He said that fight just taught me everything.
Fair play to him. He's grown up. He's talking sense now. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. It wasn't no personal. And fair enough. If it took the fight for him to realise that, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Good luck to him. And if he does get the Kakachi fight, then fair play. He's had these opportunities. So do you know what I mean? He boxed myself. He boxed. Who else did he box? Barrett. So now, if he gets the Kakachi fight, then fair play to him. Do you know what I mean?
Right, you're here to do some work. So I'll let you go, mate. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. No, thank you. Cheers.